Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Marvel Legends series X-Men Marvel's Omega Red. This is from the Marvel Sauron Build-A-Figure wave, and he is also known as Dr. Carl Lycos. So you can call him Sauron, call him Carl, call him Lycos, call him Doctor, whatever you want to call him. But let's take a look at Omega Red. He comes in that nice packaging as I'm knocking over Yoda and his beer. Oh no. We got the X right on top that just looks really awesome. It's like a glossy X with the red around it. Just looks evil. Then we get very, very nicely done artwork of Omega Red. Like, it's fully detailed. It looks amazing. It looks really good. Almost at the beginning, I almost thought it had like an ape face in a sense, but as I look at it, as I'm talking about it, it actually looks really nice. That is on both sides, as you can see. And then you got him on the back looking badass and ready to tear somebody apart. And that pose is just, it's all right. It's not bad. And we also got some read up right there. And then everybody from the wave had to send my Bishop off to Hasbro, and hopefully we can get a replacement due to quality issues. I already reviewed this bad boy, which I was super excited about. Now we're on Omega Red, and as you can see in the background, you get Deadpool right there, reading the paper. But let's get this Russian, awesome, amazing villain out of the package. Omega Red out of the package. It's Omega Red, and he looks awesome. He does come with the scaly leg of Sauron right there. And he comes with 2 accessory items, and it makes me happy that they did this. We get 2 different tentacles that we can plug in, so he can be choking and fighting the X-Men, Colossus, you know, all that good stuff. And they're made out of a decent plastic, pliable, no wires or anything that everybody really wants Hasbro to do, but I think it's cost effective to do the wire. And then you also have to worry about, you know, like we wouldn't get a thin cable like this or tentacle. So, yes, it may seem like I'm making excuses, but I'm just trying to think of Hasbro's view. Or they could just be cheap. You know, a lot of people think he's cheap. Wow. Omega Red is, in hand, just, it's such a girthy figure, and it is gorgeous. That head sculpt, the red eyes with the black eyeliner, the silver paint that he has on the side of his mouth, it just looks so good. And he even has like little blonde sideburns. Wish the Omega symbol was painted, not that big of a deal. And it's blonde hair with a little bit of like almost whitish, very, very light blonde dry brush throughout. Just looking great. Like, this figure is good. Even the look at the texture on the shoulder pads. I am impressed. Like, I think it just did smooth plastic, but they actually have a texture to it, which is awesome. And I just sort of, my whole, just looking at this figure is just awesome. He can tilt his head down quite a bit. Looking up, not so much because of his hair, but he can look up a little bit. And, you know, he can get some side-to-side motion there. And that is due to his hair, you know, and the shoulder pads blocking it. These are actually plugged into the shoulders, which keeps them nice and firm and stuck in there. It's like these weird little capsules. Very reminiscent of like a Toy Biz. But honestly, it's so nice. It's a heavy, heavy figure. You know, like, it's, ooh, I'm getting goosebumps just sort of like having this figure in hand. I mean, this has got to be one of the best ones out of the wave so far. Like, it's so nice. And his arms go up like so. He can almost do full 360, but the shoulder pads get in the way. He does have a butterfly joint in there too. Nicely hidden in there, but it actually, you can see it in motion right there. It's awesome. You get that nice, like, crossing over the chest look, and oh, look how clean the Omega's on his gauntlets are. I'm sorry if I'm just sort of like geeking out. It's just so good. Look at this sculpted work, plastic they used. The little small tendrils look great. It's a great figure so far, and I'm just sort of like, he has the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist rotation, and there's a bend in there. Sort of gets blocked a little bit by all the extra stuff that's going on. Like, this is straight up Omega Red. Like, so good. He even has an ab crunch in there. You can barely see it, but he does. And the harness does hinder it, but he can arch forward and he can go back. Very, very nice. Rotation at the waist as well. He's got, you know, he can't really do the Van Damme, but he's a big figure. He can do the full Spartan kick. It's got that thigh cut right there that breaks the sculpt up. Double jointed knees, ankle bend, and pivot. And then you get these nice little armor pieces. Look all right. Nice little silver paint on them. Now, a lot of people complaining this part of the legs red is different than the actual body, and that these are plugged in. In hand, it's subtle. But I've seen on camera it does pick it up quite a bit, but not anything that I'm going to gripe about. I can look past that because this figure is huge and awesome. Let's see it. Let me just sort of see how well these... Okay, the tentacles just sort of pop out very nicely. I don't think there's any specific one that goes into any which hole. I'll probably keep him with the little ones on there. Come on. Actually, it looks like there is a little R on there, engraved on there, so I guess they are a left and a right. So then you get these guys all flailing about. Yay! But, you know, even though you can do like the wrapping and stuff like that, it's not going to be anything that you could sort of like, even if you had them displayed like this, over time, this thing is going to go boop. Just because of the plastic, it'll start drooping. But I mean, you can get them into some temporary cool photo poses and stuff like that, and just play with them. Like, it's gonna be awesome. Let me just get these out of the way here. I'm just gonna toss all his tentacles back there. But I just really, again, I can't get over how well this figure is. Like, rotates at the waist. It's just, I know I already went through articulation, but I'm just, he does not feel hollow at all. And that face sculpt just, I know a lot of people have been adding washes to him and stuff like that, but even out of the box like this, he's still just an amazing figure. Definitely a must-have out of this wave, if not the one to have out of this wave. Like, they're killing it. But you know what it is. You know what time it is. You know what I'm going to do. It is comparison time. Bringing in the boy himself, Nasty Nate. But I mean, as you can see, the Toy Biz, you had these giant wire bendable tentacles. They just didn't look right, in my opinion, of how they... Yeah, I'm just going to take these out, though. They're just so much more massive. But definitely see the difference in these figures. Trying to get them to stand up. Come on now. There we go. It's not really... There we go. standing next to each other, and he's wanting to fall back. There he goes. There, we got them standing next to each other. So you got Toy Biz, which stands quite taller, has a little bit more sculpt detail and paint detail side by side. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you know, only reason people are going to be settling and think this is better is because they can't get a hold of this one and they never had this one and this and that. Who cares? Like, if you like this one, great. If you like Toy Biz better, great. Honestly, I like this one a lot. So much that I'm actually going to be parting ways with my Omega Red. Like, this guy's going to be going up. I'm going to put him up for some of these Facebook groups. Sell them or trade them or something. I mean, it's just not my cup of tea. So, I mean, bringing them in side by side, you can see the face details in this one. There's a lot of love, a lot of paint. But I really like the head sculpt on this one. Both, you know, are really good. The headband on this one I like better. The hair on this one just seems like a blobby mess. This one is cleaner. Better sculpted. But of course, you know, times have changed when this one was made compared to this one. The ports in this guy's arms, not so hot. Ports in this one look a lot better. And this guy's wrist only bends and fingers bend. He has no rotation there. Now, one thing I wish they would have done is you got the boots. Like, they just gave him the armor knee pads, but they didn't give him any boots or anything. This guy got full-on sculpted, different types of metallic paint boots going on. So, just wanted to show side-by-sides. And the harness has a little bit more detail in the Toy Biz. But, hate to say it, in my eyes, Hasbro has finally put down the Toy Biz Omega Red. They keep making me eat my words by me thinking they're not going to top Toy Biz figures, and then they do something like this. They just put this Omega Red to sleep. And it's like, hey, Toy Biz, your figures are becoming dated, and they're starting to show that age. And Hasbro's coming up with this technology and just evolving and taking these figures and just going forward with them. But yeah, sure, you can complain about this guy. You can complain about this guy. It's really preference. And honestly, I like the Hasbro one. I like the little bit better articulation, the scale, everything just feels a lot more solid. And I do like these thinner tentacles versus these giant ones that were technically for the Sentinel. But that's my unboxing and review of the new Marvel Legends Omega Red. If you like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more, as I'm always trying to pump out content as quickly as I can. And I want you guys also to make sure you check out the Toyco Facebook groups. Both links are down below. You can join up for free. You just join in. You can interact with fellow collectors, talk about toys, share toys, trade toys, everything about toys. And then you got the pre-order group where you get those amazing pre-order prices and you can see what's coming out. You can definitely join up both groups. It's fun. It's awesome. You should do it anyway, because if you are into this stuff, do it. And I want you guys to have the best luck hunting. Keep on collecting and have a beautiful day.